What type am I drinking today? The same type of tea I always drink. Earl Grey. Mostly because I can just leave it in a teapot there. It doesn't require milk or sugar. No longer getting Air Force focus. That's okay because I'm building up my Air Force stuff. So I'm going to say no need for a priority right now. Which will actually allow me to get more political power, which will then mean that I can get a new military high command faster, which is good. Denmark, have you got your manpower yet? Oh, come on. I really wish there was a way of manipulating your puppets to up their manpower laws. Because they seem extremely reluctant to do it otherwise. Oh, I'm glad that you've enjoyed Discord. It's good. Alright. You guys are done training, which is surprisingly quick, but okay. Qing was annexed. So the Japanese are getting stronger and stronger over in China, so we're really going to struggle probably once we get to like the Urals, because that's when the Japanese and Chinese troops will start arriving. So we need to be pushing as aggressively as we can into Russia to make sure that we steal as much of the Russian production areas as we can. I'm getting resistance, am I? No. I guess these are repairs that are just taking a really long time. Alright. Still July. Unfortunately at this stage the game does tend to crawl somewhat. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly my point with Millennium Dawn. It's basically just nuclear war or second Cold War. Eh. I really love what they've done with the tech tree, and one thing which I'm really waiting for them to do with Kaiserreich is come out with a new tech tree. That would be amazing, but they haven't done it yet. I'm actually going to switch all of my fighter production to jets. And I have some air research that I can do on this. We're going to up the range, or the engine. Engine doesn't cost reliability for some reason, so we're going to increase the engine power. Because increasing the maximum speed also increases the range. So we're going to be making jet fighters Mark 1s. Which will drop my production into the tank. But I think it's worth it. Oops. Oh. Is that really all the planes I'm building? Attack bomber, naval bomber. Yes, it was. Wow, I suddenly have a tungsten deficit. We had better do something about that. That could cause problems. Wow, we're producing a lot more oil now, though. Do jet planes not cost oil? Hang on. What? Jet planes indeed do not cost oil. Aluminium, tungsten, and rubber. Interesting. So a lot of the oil that I'm buying from you can be reduced. And then actually, I'm going to drop you to 0. And then I'm going to increase you with however much I am lacking. Venezuela can get another one. Egypt. Yeah, I'll buy 24 from you. Still kind of low. Sweden. Kind of surprised that Sweden produces so much, but okay. And then the rest of the deficit will make up from you. Cool. Aluminium. Who are we buying from that we won't need to? Combined Syndicates of America. I don't like giving you more stuff than I need to. Okay. And we have some troops ready to deploy. That would be the Reformed Gallagher from Ireland. Go ahead and deploy. Add you to the training army. Okay. If I could change one thing about building or tech system, what would it be? More technologies, more choice. I want more mutually exclusive, so I'm making choices. Like, there's only one real mutually exclusive, except for the doctrines, in this game. And it's the most ridiculous choice, is this industrial one, whether you want to go concentrated or dispersed. I don't know many people at all that take dispersed. It's just... concentrated just seems so much stronger. I would like more meaningful choices, and I'd like more of them like this. So do you go for this route or this route, this route or this route? And I'd kind of like what Millennium Dawn does, where it has more offshoots off of these like central technologies. So you could go for like the BR Stokes Mortar, and then a choice of body armor or better guns, or grenades, or rifles or machine guns, or rifles or submachine guns, that type of thing. Obviously it needs to have some meaningful choices in there, but that's the kind of flavour I'd like. Another thing I'd really like to see, which could be related to technology actually, thinking about it, are more variants and more choices in the variants. So for example, all of the combat equipment right now, no variants. I would like to see some variants in that. Go to some mountain troops. Okay, free civilian factories. Honestly, I'm not seeing much of a fight happening over on that border. On the Russian border over here, however, there could be a lot. Then again, there might not be. Oh wait, I can make rocket sites? Of course I can. I might just drop a whole bunch of rockets right there. And also, I have a lot of industrial capacity which I'm not using. Let's get some more oil production and then some more military factories then, I guess. Maximize that, and then more mill factories. Okay, and I need to get some nuclear reactors at some point. Yeah, I'd like to see that in Kaiserreich, though. I mean, they've already said that one of the big projects that they have lined up for some point, nothing announced about it, is overhauling the tech tree. They just haven't done it yet, because it's a pretty big undertaking, and I get that. I absolutely get that. So the Finnish Vikings are training, the Swedish Vikings are actually done. So let's have you appear here in Stockholm. As a part of that, let's grab all the troops which don't currently have a home and drop you all there. You guys are done training. So let's send you to the Marine front. There we go, Brazil declared war on La Plata at last. Oh, one thing we are running short on though are convoys. And considering we're supporting everything from Ireland, yeah, convoys are probably going to be quite important. So let's make sure we get a couple of those under production, shall we? We'll just drop off production a little bit on the other ships. Okay. Yeah, I mean, with concentrated versus dispersed, factory output 15%, dockyard output versus production efficiency base. The problem with production efficiency is you have to build up to it. While production output is just you get 5% more stuff. The retention is nice, granted, but you don't need to build up to output. It's just there. I thought I had... Let's do that. Okay, choosing our friends. For neither king nor Kaiser. We serve neither king nor Kaiser. Read the banner in the Liberty Hall, and though we are grateful to the Germans for their help in securing our freedom, we must maintain our neutrality, really? No, I'm still going to go with neither king nor Kaiser. And then we can get the final government modification, huzzah, where we get the other school of psychology. Richard Mulcahy, for even more division organisation, so our divisions just won't give up. I can reduce the autonomy of Denmark. Well, Sweden's about to go up to autonomous puppet. Why do I have so much control over Denmark? Autonomy effect from master building. Ah, so if I was building more stuff in Sweden, then that would be mitigating you. So yeah, I think it would be a good idea to build some more stuff in Sweden. Let's get some more shipyards. Sweden can be the home of the ships. Except I know that's Finland. Let's stop the Finnish construction. Alright, one more there, one more there, one there. Cool. And let's make those a top priority. And then another research. For some more support. Ah, jet tactical bombers, so we can replace all of our tactical bombers with those. Do we need heavy fighters to support those tactical bombers? Probably. So we'll go ahead and research some. Okay, so production. Let's change out the tac bombers for jet tac bombers. And this. Why are there no model icons for this? It's a year after release and we still don't have a model icon for the jets. Even if it's a generic icon, just give us something, not just a black silhouette. Jet fighters existed during the Second World War. And once again, we are extremely low on tungsten. Tungsten's going to be a problem. Especially when everyone else starts using tungsten too. +4. +6. Alright. Okay. Ourselves alone. Our export becomes limited exports rather than export focus, which means that we will have more stuff, but our factory output and everything like that goes down. I might actually want to change that law straight after. And trade relations with everyone is reduced. Now that we've decided to stay neutral, we must build up our economy so that Ireland can be truly independent from foreign interests. I don't like the fact that we lose trade stuff. I swapped a tactical bomber for trade for a fighter, did I? Oh yeah, that one. Thank you. See, this is another reason they need to have different icons. They're too similar. And then this will also allow me to go to you. We'll get rid of all of those planes and we'll just go 200 fighters. And then we'll use the jet fighters where we're trying to be aggressive. The places where we're just holding the sky, I won't bother. Just use the old fighters. Hey, Jarung. I'm still making the SP artillery, that's fine. Right, you don't have enough manpower anymore. In that case, I'm just going to cancel your production completely. Come on, Denmark. We'll go down to just 5 Danish Vikings. So you're not taking up my entire build queue with units that will never get done. We could also be using Norwegian Vikings. How much manpower do you have, Norway? None. You guys are still training. Do we have any more troops? No. Okay, October. Still have November, December, January, February, March. 5 months to wait. And then we can at least, hopefully, start justifying on Russia. We'll cancel that non-aggression. Our troops are just itching for the off. They massively outnumber us, but our troops are pretty well developed, especially the heavies down here. Like, once these guys are done crunching their way across Europe, I do reckon we're going to get bogged down in kind of this area, especially now that they've made Russia harder to attack, because you can't use these northernmost areas for flanking attacks. Alright, more recon, that means we get more attack. Good. And also the fact that we're not Grand Battle Plan doesn't help either. Oh, it automatically puts rockets in these places. Interesting. Okay. At the end of the year, can I show you what the map looks like? I can do it now. Not much else going on. Hey, Killer Fan. Yeah, the map has progressed quite a lot. Considering it's 1945, the Syndicalists have already been defeated, with the exception of the Combined Syndicates of America. Mitteleuropa has been defeated. The bit of Germany that you can see here in Germany is actually owned by Russia. The Entente moved into France, but failed to retake the UK because the UK fell, quite rightfully, to Ireland. And then we have the massive Russo-Japanese bloc over here, Japan having taken over much of China as well. So there is going to be one big fight waiting to happen. So what are the odds here in Brazil versus La Plata? 60-ish divisions. Wow, La Plata is getting absolutely annihilated by Brazil. You've got like 20 divisions. And 9... What the hell happened, La Plata? You have 9 factories. Oh wow, they've already taken all of this, I see. And they're on the outskirts of Buenos Aires. Yeah, I think that Brazil's got that one, honestly. What are my thoughts on using heavy fighters for close air support to get the range boost? I wouldn't. Heavy fighters are mostly there because they are very good at shooting down bombers, so if you have problems with tactical or especially strategic bombers, then you want heavy fighters on the defensive role. Or if you're having problems with enemy fighters shooting down your own bombers, then you want your heavy fighters covering your bomber attacks. For just close air support, you may as well just use close air support. And if you have range problems, then get better variants, or use tactical bombers. Tactical bombers can also do close air support, and they have a huge range. Like, their range is ridiculous. When I first... Right, so tactical bomber. I was kind of expecting tactical bomber would maybe reach about this far. Strategic bomber could probably reach from London, possibly, to, say, Berlin. So maybe about this far for a high-level strategic bomber. No, tactical bombers, it's absolutely ridiculous how far they can go. So we got a tactical bomber here in London. Tactical bomber 3. Put 100 of you there, just for an example. We can select it. So you can zoom out. So this line that you can see here on the edge, that's the fighter range. That's just regular fighters. Okay, they're tier 3. Zooming out. Zooming out, zooming out, zooming out. That's the tactical bomber range. That's not strategic, that's tactical. Their range is obscene, and this is not a variant or anything. This is just bog standard level 3 tactical bombers. So I kind of dread to think how far a strategic bomber can fly. In fact, I can probably show you. I haven't actually done this because I didn't have any previously. Did we capture any strategic bombers? Yeah, we did. What level is that, though? I think that's only a level 1. Hold on. Naval carrier, strategic bomber. We only have tier 1s, I'm afraid. But still, it'll do for showing us how far they can reach. So, it's the same as tactical bomber. A tier 1 strategic bomber can reach the same distance as a tier 3 tactical. That's a lot further than I expected. Quite a lot further. But yes, if you're having problems with enemies... I mean, heavy fighters are only really necessary if you're struggling with enemy strategic bombers bombing you. If you're not having that issue, then honestly just have your bombers fly at night and they'll probably be okay. The only other time is if you have the air doctrine... which I have not even started working on, with the day versus night. If you choose the daytime bombing, then you probably do want heavy fighters supporting them. Who's ready to deploy? Ah, the Finnish! Finnish Vikings are ready. Huzzah. I'm just going to say 1 set of you. And training. Okay. How much manpower does Finland have left? 174,000. Oh, they have plenty. And there's strategic bomber 1. Excellent. Let's go and get some more Finnish Vikings. Let's get another 10 going. This is just boots on the ground. Strat bomber 2. So we can start hitting Moscow. And other bits in Russia. Although actually hitting Moscow will be dead easy. It's not exactly far away. Hey Master Matt. Yeah, the game's been relatively slow. I mean, I've been going an hour. We're waiting until March when we can declare war on Russia. Hopefully. We'll at least be able to hopefully break the non-aggression pact. But then we're up against the manpower of Russia and China combined, which is going to be fun. Thankfully, they've been really, really stupid and have already got scraping the barrel. So they have a ridiculous amount of manpower, but they're not going to have the industry to actually support them. So long as we can out-attrition them, then we'll be fine. Like even Vientiane. Vientiane is that big. They have a standing manpower right now of about 75 million troops, but they're scraping the barrel. You don't need this much manpower. Don't change your manpower laws if you don't need to. Then the countries which actually need to change their manpower laws, like Denmark, haven't. 0 manpower. Come on, you're a puppet. Change it so I can use more of your people. Hurry up. I really wish there was a way of my telling them to change their laws. Okay, autarky. Against all odds, the Irish economy has managed to soar from the ashes of British misrule, and Ireland has become in many ways self-sufficient economically. Some of the restrictions on exports have helped to achieve this, however, were unpopular with Ireland's trading partners, and will affect their opinion on Irish reliability for years to come. So we get bonus to synthetic resource research, which is actually quite good, and then 2 more free synthetic refineries in Oberbayern for some reason. And we need to buy more tungsten, because Thailand is not selling to us, because our... Oh, and La Plata isn't either. Because our reliability is plummeted, thanks to the previous idea there. Ooh, we're going to be really short on tungsten. That is a problem. Alright, Baratia. I'll start buying from you, even though the rate of return's pretty poor. 13 short. Greece, South Africa. There we go. We do, however, have too much of everything else. So we'll stop buying from Egypt. And syndicates. Okay, aluminium. Stop buying from you. And then the Pacific states. And then Caribbean, because then I don't need to protect that. France. Rubber. Whoops. From Thailand. Steel. We have lots of steel. Oh, we're only importing from Sweden. It's fine. Integralist Brazil and Argentina have signed a white peace. Alright. Are you a puppet? You are a puppet of Integralist Brazil. So Brazil's just got a lot stronger as well. Okay. Yeah, Chinese nations have a lot of manpower. India is challenging because you do actually have some pretty stringent manpower laws. You can't become volunteer until you become independent. Sorry, you can't move away from volunteer until you become independent, which severely hamstrings Britain during vanilla Hearts of Iron. And the really annoying thing about that is it's only Britain that has that limit. So if another country comes in and annexes India from you, then they have absolutely no restrictions to manpower. The famine which is blocking your manpower suddenly just disappears, and all of the restrictions on changing manpower laws also just disappear. So basically India is absolutely screwed while they're under the control of Britain, but if they're under the control of anyone else, then they're fine. I really dislike that. Yeah, it's just, there are so many things about the direction that Paradox are taking Hearts of Iron at the moment, which I just don't like. I really don't like that. Ooh, these have changed. We have a work in progress thing happening. Don't worry about this. Okay. And we have no theorists. Interesting. What was that before? Was that always there? I'm not sure. Well, one thing I really dislike about the way that Paradox is handling things right now is the quality of the DLCs. Death of Dishonor was a travesty. It is broken beyond all belief. It's angry about that one. This doesn't actually increase the production of jet fighters, so no, I don't want anything. Because we have lots of tanks. We've actually got a lot of medium tanks as well, which we could make use of. We don't have any medium tank divisions yet, which we could use to punch through the enemy. And free immigration, excellent, more manpower. More engineers. Mountaineers are about to be finished as well. There they are. Let's upgrade the Mountaineers. I mean, what I could do is change the Finns to being Mountaineers rather than Marines. Now we'll see who else we can puppet. Yeah, Together for Victory at least added some new stuff. The things added in Death of Dishonor were just pathetic. Well, okay, so what is better about Death of Dishonor? Because if you say the air upgrade, that's free. That wasn't actually part of Death of Dishonor, that's part of the patch. And it added 4 countries. Half of the focuses for those countries were broken. I played all 4 of them, and 3 of them had game-breaking bugs. The only one that worked more or less as intended was Czechoslovakia. Yeah, licenses, wow. Yeah, focus trees are improving, but they're broken. You can't release a game in that state.